Hi friends, this is Laura Showers with SippaSanity Tea and Events with another rendition of Tea Talks. I know it's been a couple weeks since I've talked to you all about tea, but I've been busy making Mother's Day baskets and driving loose leaf tea all over the Tri-Cities to bring you your orders. So I'm glad to be back, and we're going to do the one thing that everybody has wanted me to do now that the weather is warmed up, and that is making iced tea with your loose leaf tea. So we're going to start out by, I've already brought my water to a boil, and I have measured my loose leaf tea into my pot. I steep it just the way I would steep for hot tea. So this is a white peach tea blend, and it calls for 2 teaspoons per cup and to steep for 3 to 4 minutes. I tend to be a 4-minute sort of steeper, so I'm going to fill my pot, put the lid on to keep the flavors in, and I'm going to set my timer for 4 minutes. Okay, while we're waiting for that, another thing that everyone has asked me to show is how to make a simple syrup, because I know in the South you love your sweet tea. A lot of people love their sweet tea. So we're going to make a simple syrup. You will take 1 part water, so there is a cup of water already in my pot. You bring it to a boil, and then you mix it with equal parts, so 1 cup of sugar. And since it's already boiled, I'm going to go ahead and pour the sugar in, and then I'm going to stir it. You can see it's a white color right now, and I will continue to heat my water and let it dissolve all of the granules until it is clear again, and that becomes a simple syrup. And this is a great way to sweeten your tea. You can put it in, I would recommend starting with a smaller amount because you can always add more. So if you're doing a big glass of iced tea, start out with a tablespoon. If that's not enough, add another tablespoon. If you're doing a 2-quart pitcher, you might start with a 1/4 cup. You can always add more. Can't take it out once it's in there, so start small. As you can see, it's clear, and I'm going to put it in a container. You can save it in the refrigerator in any kind of jar ready to go to sweeten your tea. While I'm waiting for my tea steep, I also want to point out that I've got my cup ready. If I wanted to work right into the glass that I'm going to be drinking from, I can pour the tea directly into here. I have some ice cubes ready to go. Or if I'm making a 2-quart pitcher, have your ice cubes ready and a stir. Now when this is ready, we're going to put some ice cubes directly into the pot to kind of cool it down before you pour it into any kind of container, especially glass, because you don't want to break it. Okay, I have steeped my tea for the 4 minutes, and so I'm going to take my basket of loose leaf tea leaves out of my pot. It is very hot, be careful not to burn yourself. I'm going to take a couple of ice cubes. I'm going to cool that down in the pot. That means that we're lowering the temperature and we're reducing the risk of breaking any glass as we change from hot to cold. So I can hear the ice cracking. I'm going to just stir it until it's melted. Maybe add another one just to make sure it's cooled enough. Now, if you are making a big glass of iced tea for yourself, keep in mind to follow the directions on your tea packets. If it says 1 scoop of tea per cup, this glass probably holds 2 to 3 cups. So you want to make sure that you're steeping enough tea to fill your glass. If you are doing a quart pitcher, which is half of this size, it would be 4 scoops of tea, which generally is a whole pot about this size. And then if you do 2 quarts, you want to do the 8 teaspoons. If you're doing a whole gallon, you would want to measure out, if it's calling for 1 teaspoon per cup, you're going to want to measure out about a 1/4 cup, a little more than a 1/4 cup per gallon for iced tea. So it's cooled off a little bit. I'm going to pour it right into my glass, right over the ice. kind of making a mess here as I'm pouring. That's okay. Smells good. This is white peach, so it smells very summery. Or I can pour it directly into my pitcher and stir it up. And now I've made enough tea for me and maybe a friend or two. Adding a little bit of sugar. Once again, if you're adding it to your own glass, you're going to want to start with a tablespoon of simple syrup. Stir it up. If that is not enough, give yourself a little bit more. I generally like to drink my tea clear. Or you can add some to your pitcher, starting out with about a 1/4 cup for a 2-quart pitcher. Add as you need. Always serve your tea with a little lemon or mint, fresh mint, and you're ready to go sit by the pool and relax. Don't forget that we have a promo code this week. This time it is ICET, and all the loose leaf and the herbals are on sale 10% off if you type in ICET. Don't forget to go to our YouTube channel and subscribe so you can learn more about tea and everything tea related. And don't forget to give yourself a little sip of sanity this week. Until next time, take care.